Rob Burnham, here, Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Retro Land Comics. This time I'm doing another episode of comic book reviews. This time I'm reviewing Jackson Comics, and what Jackson Comics issue 1 is made from Jackson Comics, a comic book company out of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm also a comic book company of my own, Retro Land Comics, out of Philadelphia and Forest, Mississippi. But I found out about these guys, I think it was last year. The electrical company did a story on them in their little magazine that they send out, and that's how I found out about them and introduced myself and showed them shared my comic book page to them, and that's how I found out about them. But Jackson Comic is a comic book with a bunch of different stories in it, with different writers and artists and letterers and colorlists and all that other stuff. First one is Captain Jackson, the Jackson Fire. It's written by Blake Barnes, illustrated by Stephen Butler, and colored and lettered by his daughter Lily. An Illusion of Agency is by Nathan I can't pronounce his last name, I'm sorry. Last Magnolia is by Chris Weinfeld, who he's bought my comic, Chris has, and he's supposed to be doing a review on that, so I'll keep y'all posted on that as well. He also has his own comic books series called Black Wall Street that I plan on getting pretty soon and reviewing that, so y'all be a little lookout for that. Family Plots by Rick Harrison. Rebel Red is Lindsay Simpson. Mississippi Stories is Robin McShee, and Home is by Justin Ransberg. And starts off with Captain Jackson, and it gives the backstory on how he got his powers and how he came out of the volcano that's under the Mississippi Coliseum in Jackson right now. If you didn't know that, the Mississippi Coliseum is above the volcano in Jackson. Well, this is how this character came to be, and he's been fighting injustice in Jackson throughout the years, and it gives different years that he's been fighting it, and it's only like a 2-page or 3-page story. That's the only thing I'm iffy about with these. It's only like 2 or 3 pages, so you get introduced to the story, but you're not able to delve into that story. I would have liked it if they had their own separate comics, instead of being in one comic. That's my only gripe about it. But I love the Captain Jackson story. It's pretty good, and then there's the second story where it just shows, I guess, an alien and shows different things, and a bunch of these stories is just pictures and stuff, and it really doesn't have any story to it. But the Last Magnolia, this is by Chris Weinfeld. I love this story really well. It's about a futuristic Jackson, and this woman's out looking for the Last Magnolia. And that way they can repopulate the plant population on Earth. And she finds this baby, and come to find out, this baby can do just that. She can make plants grow, and that's kind of her power. She's able to do that, and that's it's only like 2 or 3 pages of that story. And then Family Plot is about a guy who is trying to get the guy who bought his family's land because the family didn't pay their taxes on the land or whatever, so this guy got it, and he winds up killing the family member that used to own this land, and he comes back as a zombie and attacks him. And then there's this other story, Urban Foxes, about this little girl that goes out, and for some reason she has to wear this helmet. I'm not really understanding. She ain't supposed to bring pets home, but she brings this toad home, so it's this whole thing. Let's see. And then we just got these pictures from an artist from JSU, I'm guessing. And then there's Home, and it's a cute little story that talks about home. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, it's a good comic. I love it. Only gripe I have about it, I wish the stories was longer and they actually had their own separate issues. But other than that, I'm Rob Burnham, writer and creator of Retro Land Comics. Y'all can check out Jackson Comics on their website. JacksonComics.com, I believe, and you can check me out on RetrolandComics.net and get all our comics at our respective websites. But as always, Rob Burnham, make here, Preacher Man RV, sign out. Guys, do awesome. See you on next time.